right, today's lesson, I'm fixing to do like I did one time before. I did a lesson about the book of Isaiah, and we went for about 2 or 3 weeks about through the book of Isaiah, just getting familiar with the book of Isaiah, going through precepts and finding precepts out of different chapters and added it to the book of Isaiah to show how powerful the book of Isaiah is. And so I'm going to do something similar to that today, but I'm going to do it in the book of Psalms 119. So Officer Ara, go to Psalms 119. And what I want to show on this right here is in Psalms 119, it's broke down different parts of the chapter. The chapter is actually broke down to and it got the Hebrew alphabets in it in this chapter. So somebody may not be familiar with Psalms 119, and when they go to it, they see it's like in categories. And when it's chopped up in categories, it has something in the top of it before it goes to the verses. And this right here is what I'm pointing out is this is the Hebrew alphabet. So I'm gonna go through some of the Hebrew alphabets first before we get to the scriptures. And all we're gonna do today is mainly just read each part of 119. I may have a little discussion on different verses, or I may point out precepts or different things like that. The biggest thing about one of the biggest things about Psalms 119, besides it's broken down in the Hebrew, showing the Hebrew alphabet, is that it really promotes precepts. It promotes learning precepts because we know in Isaiah chapter 28 it says, "Through thy precepts you get understanding." So a lot of things David wrote right here, he was speaking on how the precepts helped them out, helped them follow the Most High, helped them learn, helped them get closer to the Most High, and not put down the precepts and everything to get the understanding. And we've done other lessons on the precepts, so I'm not going to really break down the precepts like I've done before, but most people on the line know about precepts and they understand precepts. So basically I'm pointing out just how it's broke down into the alphabets, the Hebrew alphabets. So this is one thing you can actually get to know is the Hebrew alphabet because it's actually in the Bible. Because remember, the Bible, the Old Testament pretty much was wrote in the ancient Hebrew. And of course, the New Testament was pretty much wrote in the Greek. So a lot of people may not know that, or maybe they do, but I'm just letting you know. Before it was translated to English, it was in the language of the Hebrew in the Old Testament and in the Greek in the New Testament. Some New Testaments was also in the Hebrew also, but majority was translated from the Greek. Okay? So that's why you got your Strong's Concordance. When you go to your Strong's Concordance, it actually gives you the interpretation of those scriptures. Each verse and each word has a number beside it that you can look up in the Strong's Concordance. If it's in the Old Testament, it'll be in the Hebrew, which it'll begin with the letter H and then the number of that word to look it up to see what it actually means. And then also in the New Testament, majority of your words, you will see the letter G and then the number beside it because it's translated from the Greek. So I'm just giving some information on that. And that would actually give you a greater understanding of the Bible when you actually use the Strong's Concordance to get understanding of different words. Because different words actually mean more than what you just read, and it actually gives you a greater understanding of that verse. Okay? So basically just showing you first in Psalms 119, you got the alphabet letter Aleph, and the sound of it is Ah. That'll be like the letter A. Okay, so the topic of Aleph is keepers of the Most High's law. So, Officer Ara, we're gonna read first. We're gonna read verse 1 through 8, and then we'll continue after that.
The book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 1. Aleph. Blessed are the undefiled in the way, who walk in the law of the Lord. Blessed are they that keep his testimony, and they that seek him with the whole heart. They also do no iniquity. They walk in his ways. Thou hast commanded us to keep thy precepts diligently. Oh, that my ways were directed to keep thy statutes. Then shall I not be ashamed, when I have respect unto all thy commandments. I will praise thee with uprightness of heart. When I shall have learned thy righteous judgment, I will keep thy statutes, O forsake me not utterly.
Okay, so the topic of Aleph, which is the first alphabet, the letter A, is keepers of the Most High's law. And one thing that I want to point out here in verse 4, when it says, thou hast commanded us to keep thy precepts diligently, that's the biggest thing that you're going to hear in a lot of these verses is David speaking on precepts, keeping the precepts. So that's something to highlight to show you the importance of this is how you know the Bible. This is how you understand the Bible. It actually tells you through thy precepts you get understanding. So precepts are very important when you're reading the Bible. Here a little, there a little, line upon line. And then, of course, you got the precepts. The precepts actually put everything together and give you a greater understanding of each verse. Okay, so now we're going to go to the next part of Psalms 119. The alphabet is Bayaf. Bayaf. And the sound of it represents the B is Ba. And so we're going to, the topic of that is called purity, the fruit of the law. It's verse 9 through 16.
Verse 9. Yeah. Withal shall a young man cleanse his ways, by taking heed thereunto according to thy word. With my whole heart have I sought thee. O let me not wander from thy commandments. Thy word have I hid in my heart, that I might not sin against thee. Blessed art thou, O Lord. Teach me thy statutes. With my lips have I declared all thy judgments of thy mouth. I have replaced in the way of thy testimony as much as in all riches. I will meditate in thy precepts and have respect unto thy ways. I will delight myself in thy statutes. I will not forget thy word.
Okay, so I want to point out in that verse 11, thy word have I hid in my heart. Remember the fulfillment, it says that I may not sin against thee. When Christ died, that veil was torn. The fulfillment when he took off the stone and placed the word in the heart. And also you get the Holy Spirit to help you remember the commandments. That's the basically that's when doing baptism, and that's also showing you the what the fringes really mean is when the Holy Spirit has you to remember the law. And then the seal is having the Most High's name. The borders are blue. The seal of the Most High. The Holy Spirit is the seal of the Most High. All right. And then, of course, verse 15, I will meditate on thy precepts and have respect unto thy ways. So once again, it's referencing the precepts. That's the key about Psalms 19. It speaks on having precepts. So because precepts is through thy precepts you get understanding. Okay, so now you have the next alphabet, and it is Gamal, which is the letter G, and it is sound is the Ga sound. Okay, so the topic of that is eyes to see a highest law. Okay. Okay.
Verse 17. Gamal. Gamil. Deal bountifully with thy servant that I may live and keep thy word. Open thou mine eyes that I may behold wondrous things out of thy law. I am a stranger in the earth. Hide not thy commandments from me. My soul breaketh for the longing that it hath unto thy judgments at all times. Thou hast rebuked the proud that are cursed, which do err from thy commandments. Remove from me reproach and contempt, for I have kept thy testimony. Princes also did sit and speak against me, but thy servant did meditate in thy statutes. Thy testimonies are my delight and my counsels.
Okay, so once again, when I'm reading the Hebrew, you got three different kinds of the Hebrew alphabet. You got what's called the modern day Hebrew, which is the Yiddish. So when you look at a lot of this in the Hebrew, this is the Yiddish. And then also you have what's called the Assyrian Hebrew. Okay, and then you got what's called the Paleo Hebrew. So mainly though majority is good to know all three different kinds of the Hebrew. But so what I'm doing is I'm giving you the ancient sound of the Hebrew instead of the Yiddish when I give the sound. But in the book it'll be in the Yiddish. Okay. So you got in verse 18 it says, "Open thine eyes that I may behold wondrous things out of the law." So when he open your eyes, you'll be able to see it like you never saw it before. The understanding, the next level of the words or the verses that you see and that you read. Because the thing is, if your eyes is not open, you can read something in scripture and just don't have no understanding. When those people that eyes are open, the understanding is just a basic understanding. Okay, it doesn't have to be deep, but the thing is your eyes has to be opened by the Most High. And it says in verse 21, "Thou hast rebuked the proud that they are cursed, which do err from thy commandments." Okay, so though if you err, you could become cursed. That's part of that. What happened to a lot of our people. All right, so now we're going to go to the next alphabet, and the next alphabet is Dalaf. Dalaf, which is the D sound is Da. Dalaf. All right. The topic of that is prayer for understanding the law, verse 25 through 32.
The law. Verse 25. The law. My soul cleaveth unto the dust. Quickenest thou me according to thy word. I have declared my ways, and thou heardest me. Teach me thy statutes. Make me to understand the way of thy precepts. So shall I talk of thy wondrous works. My soul melteth for heaven. Strengthen thou me according unto thy word. Remove from me the way of lying. Grant me thy law graciously. I have chosen the way of the truth. Thy judgments have I laid before me. I have stuck unto thy testimonies, O Lord. Put me not to shame. I will run the way of thy commandments when thou shalt enlarge my heart.
Okay, so once again in verse 27 it says, "Make me to understand the way of thy precepts, so shall I talk of thy wondrous works." So once again, the importance of the precepts. Okay, verse 30, "I have chosen the way of truth. Thy judgment have I laid before me." Okay, so once again, David is definitely letting us know about them precepts. You got to know precepts in order to understand the word. You got to know precepts. Okay, so now the next letter is the letter Ha. The letter Ha, which is the H sound. It is, the topic of it is living the Lord's way. Living the Lord's way, verse 33 through 40.
Verse 33. Teach me, O Lord, the way of thy statutes, and I shall keep it unto the end. Give me understanding, and I shall keep thy law. Yea, I will observe it with my whole heart. Make me to go in the path for thy commandments, for therein do I delight. Incline my heart unto thy testimonies. and not to covetousness. Turn away my eyes from beholding vanity, and quicken thou me in thy way. Establish thy word unto thy servant, who is devoted to thy fear. Turn away my reproach which I fear, for thy judgments are good. Behold, I have longed after thy precepts. Quicken me in thy righteousness.
Once again, them precepts, the name of the topic is living the Lord's way, or living the Most High's way. Okay, so now we're going to go to the next alphabet, and the next alphabet is Wah, Wah, or Wah. Now, of course, they got the V-A-U sound, but I'm doing it in the ancient Hebrew. It is Wah, 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 or Wah. Okay, so salvation through a highest law, verse 41 through 48.
Verse 41. Wow. Let thy mercies come also unto me, O Lord, even thy salvation, according to thy word. So shall I have wherewith to answer him that reproacheth me, for I trust in thy word. And take not the word of truth utterly out of my mouth, for I have hope in thy judgment. So shall I keep the law continually forever and ever, and I will walk at liberty, for I seek thy precepts. I will speak of thy testimonies also before kings, and will not be ashamed. And I will delight myself in thy commandments, which I have loved. My hands also will I lift up unto thy commandments, which I have loved. And I will meditate in thy statutes.
Okay, so once again, he mentioning so far, mentioned about in every alphabet about them precepts. Keep seeking the precepts, learning the precepts, knowing the precepts. So that's definitely one of the biggest things in Psalms 119 is stressing that we got to learn the precepts of the Bible. All right, so now we're going to go to the next alphabet, and the next alphabet is Zion, which is Zah, the Zah sound, Zion, which is the Zah sound. And the topic of that is comfort in a highest law, or in God's law. Comfort in the highest law. Verse 49 through 56.
Verse 49. Thou, remember the word unto thy servant, upon which thou hast caused me to hope. This is my comfort and my affliction, for thy word have quickened me. The proud have had me greatly in derision, yet have I not declined from thy law. I remember thy judgments of old, O Lord, and have comforted myself. A horror have taken hold upon me because of the wicked that forsake thy law. Thy statutes have been my songs in the house of my pilgrimage. I have remembered thy name, O Lord, in the night, and have kept thy law. This I had because I kept thy precepts.
Oh, there you go again, the precepts. Keeping the precepts of the Most High. And in verse 54, it says, thy statutes have been my songs in the house of my pilgrimage, where you stay. Playing that worship music, listen to gospel music or worship music. All right. So now we're going to go to the next alphabet, and the next alphabet is Kayaf, or Ka. Kayaf, or Ka, which is like a CH, but it's coming from the back of your throat. Ka. Okay. And in the Yiddish right there, you see it's Ket, but it's Chayat. Chayat. Okay, so the topic of that is the Lord our portion, which is verse 57 through 64.
Chayat, or Kef, verse 57. Thou art my portion, O Lord. I have said that I will keep thy words. I entreated thy favor with my whole heart. Be merciful unto me according to thy word. I thought on my ways and turned my feet unto thy testimony. I made haste and delayed not to keep thy commandments. The bands of the wicked have robbed me, but I have not forgotten thy law. At midnight I will rise to give thanks unto thee because of thy righteous judgments. I am a companion of all them that fear thee, and of them that keep thy precepts. The earth, O Lord, is full of thy mercy. Teach me thy statutes.
All right, one thing I point out in that, verse 63, I am a companion of all them that fear thee, and of them that keep thy precepts. Once again, those precepts. All right. So now the next alphabet of that is ta or ta, which is the T sound, ta, ta or ta. Okay. It's the topic of that is a highest law or God's law taught by affliction. And it's verse 65 through 72.
Verse 65, Tot or Teth. Thou hast dealt well with thy servant, O Lord, because according unto thy word. Teach me good judgment and knowledge, for I have believed in thy commandments. Before I was afflicted, I went astray, but now have I kept thy words. Thou art good and doest good. Teach me thy statutes. The proud have forged a lie against me, but I will keep thy precept with my whole heart. Their heart is as fat as grease. I delight in thy law. It is good for me that I have been afflicted, that I might learn thy statutes. The law of thy mouth is better unto me than thousands of gold and silver.
Okay, so one thing I like to point out in that is verse 69, when it says the proud have forgotten a lie against me. It says, but I will keep thy precepts. One thing again, precepts in my whole heart. Once again, it got to be inside you. Verse 72, it says, the law of thy mouth is better unto me than thousands of gold and silver. Precept of that, Revelation 10 and 9, when they talk about that book, place that book in your mouth is sweet like honey, but it's bitter to the stomach. So it's sweet like honey because the law of the mouth is better unto me than thousands of gold and silver. Speaking the law is sweet. Okay? Sweeter than a honeycomb, they say. And that's what the words say. All right, so now the next alphabet is Yod or Yah. Yod or Yah. Remember in the Hebrew, the J is synonymous with the letter I and the letter Y because there is no J in the Hebrew. Okay, so that word is Yod or Yah. Okay, and it's the topic of that is confidence in the law. Verse 73 through 80.
Verse 73, Yah or Yah. Thy hands have made me and fashioned me. Give me understanding that I may learn thy commandments. They that fear thee will be glad when they see me, because I have hope in thy word. I know, O Lord, that thy judgments are right, and that thou in faithfulness hast afflicted me. Let I pray thee thy merciful kindness be for my comfort. According to thy word unto thy servant. Let thy tender mercy come unto me, that I may live, for thy law is my delight. Let the proud be ashamed, for they dealt perversely with me without a cause. But I will meditate in thy precepts. Let those that fear thee turn unto me, and those that have known thy testimony. Let my heart be found in thy statutes, that I be not ashamed.
So the key thing, once again, is in verse 78 at the bottom of it, but I will meditate in thy precepts. So one thing that we can definitely see in Psalms 119, the stressing of knowing precepts. Okay? So now the next alphabet of this right here is Kop or Ka. It's a K sound, even though it has the C, it's actually a K. Okay? It's Kop or Ka, which is the topic of it is a longing for comfort. Verse 81 through 88.
Verse 81, Kop. My soul fainteth for thy salvation, but I hope in thy word. My eyes fail for thy word, saying, when wilt thou comfort me? For I am becoming like a bottle in the smoke, yet do I not forget thy statutes. How many of the days that I serve? When wilt thou execute judgment on them that persecute me? The proud have digged pits for me, which are not after thy law. All thy commandments are faithful. They persecute me wrongfully. Help thou me. They had almost consumed me upon earth, but I forsook not thy precepts. Quicken me after thy loving kindness. So shall I keep the testimony of thy mouth.
So one thing that we're learning is every part of these scriptures is each part of the alphabet of the scriptures is mentioning precepts. Okay, I just want to point that out. Pretty much all is mentioning precepts. There's a few that don't, but for the foremost, all of them mentions precepts. All right, so the next alphabet is Lamad. Lamad, which is La. The L sound, La. Lamad, which is the topic is a highest unchangeable law, or God's unchangeable law, verse 89 through 96.
Lamad, verse 89. Lamad. Forever, O Lord, thy word is settled in heaven. Thy faithfulness is unto all generations. Thou hast established the earth, and it abideth. They continue this day according to thy ordinances. For all are thy servants. Unless thy law had been my delights, I should then have perished in my affliction. I will never forget thy precepts, for with them thou hast quickened me. I am thine, save me, for I have sought thy precepts. The wicked have waited for me to destroy me, but I will consider thy testimony. I have seen an end of all perfection, for thy commandment is exceeding broad.
All right, at verse 93, I will never forget thy precepts, for with them thou hast quickened me. And in verse 94, I am thine, save me, for I have sought thy precepts. Okay, so now we're going to go to the next alphabet, and the next alphabet is Mayam. Mayam, or Ma, the M sound, Mayam, or Ma. And it is, the topic of that is the love of the Most High, of the Most High's law, or the love of God's law, which is verse 97 through 104.
Verse 97. Ma. Oh how love I thy law. It is my meditation all the day. Though through thy commandments has made me wiser than my enemies, for they are ever with me. I have more understanding than all my teachers, for thy testimonies are my meditation. I understand more than the ancients, because I keep thy precepts. I have refrained my feet from every evil way, that I might keep thy word. I have not departed from thy judgment, for thou hast taught me. How sweet are thy words unto my taste, yea, sweeter than honey to my mouth. Through thy precepts I get understanding. Therefore I hate every false way.
Okay, once again, speaking of the precepts, and then in verse 103, how sweet are thy words unto my taste, yeah, sweeter than the honeycomb through my mouth. Now, once again, that's speaking of that revelation, that book that went inside John. John took the book, put it in his mouth. It was sweet like honey. And also, that's in Revelation chapter 10, if I'm not mistaken, 8 through 11. And also, it's in Ezekiel. Ezekiel did the same thing, chapter 2, verse 8 through 10, and chapter 3, verse 1 through 3. And also, there's a lot of precepts on this. But all in all, we know that when you speak that word, it's sweet like honey. All right, so now we're going to go to, and then of course, in verse 104, through thy precepts I get understanding, therefore I hate every false way. All right, so now we're going to go to the next alphabet, and the next alphabet is Nawan. Nawan or Na. Nawan or Na, which the topic of that is a higher law, a lamp to the feet. God's law, a lamp to the feet. Verse 105 through verse 112.
Verse 105. No. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet, and a light unto my path. I have sworn, and I will perform it, that I will keep thy righteous judgment. I am afflicted very much. Quicken me, O Lord, according unto thy word. Except I beseech thee the free will offerings of my mouth, O Lord, and teach me thy judgment. My soul is continually in my hand, yet do I not forget thy law. The wicked have laid a snare for me, yet I err not from thy precepts. Thy testimonies have I taken as an heritage forever, but they are the rejoicing of my heart. I have inclined my heart to perform thy statutes always, even unto the end.
All right. And the thing I want to point out in the beginning of the first verse in 105, when it says, thy word is a lamp unto my feet and the light unto my path. Right there, you can go to the precept of St. John chapter 1, verse 9, when it talks about Yeshua being the light of the world. When he say, I am the way. When he say, I am the way, that's the pathway. The pathway, that means that with Christ, a lamp, it says a lamp into my feet. That means if you are following Christ, you can see your walk, where you're going. And also it says, and the light unto my path. Where you're going, that's where the light is also, that path. One person can get in at a time, but through Christ, that's what you can see, because Christ is the light. And then also that path, if you're going in that right path, that light will go into that path, which is Christ. Christ is the light. I want to point that out right there. And then, of course, once again, precepts. All right, so we're going to go to the next alphabet. And the next alphabet is Samak. Samak or Sa, the S sound. Samak or Sa, the S sound, which the topic is God's law, a hiding place, or a highest law, a hiding place. Verse 113 through 120.
Verse 113, Samak. I hate vain thought, but thy law do I love. Thou art my hiding place and my shield. I hope in thy word. Depart from me, ye evildoers. I will keep the commandments of my God. Uphold me according unto thy word, that I may live, and let me not be ashamed of my hope. Hold thou me up, and I shall be safe, and I will have respect unto thy statutes continually. Thou hast trodden down all them that err from thy statutes, for their deceit is falsehood. Thou puttest away all the wicked of the earth like dross. Therefore I love thy testimony. My flesh trembleth for fear of thee, and I am afraid of thy judgment.
115, it says, depart from me, ye evildoers, for I will keep the commandments of the Most High. So it's talking about right here is keeping his commandments, staying steady with his commandments. Okay? So the next alphabet is Ayan, which is really an I sound. It's Ayan with the I sound, or with the I. It represents like the letter I in the Hebrew, Ayan. All right? And it's the psalmist loves a highest law, or the psalmist loves God's law. Verse 121 through 128.
Verse 121, Ayan. I have done judgment and justice. Lead me not to my oppressors. Be surety for thy servant for good. Let not the proud oppress me. Mine eyes fail for thy salvation, and for the words of thy righteousness. Deal with thy servant according unto thy mercy, and teach me thy statutes. I am thy servant. Give me understanding, that I may know thy testimony. It is time for thee, Lord, to work, for they have made void thy law. Therefore, I love thy commandments above gold, yea, above fine gold. Therefore I esteem all thy precepts concerning all things to be right, and I hate every false way.
All right, I hate every false way. So, once again, it's speaking on the precepts. All right, so now we're going to go to the next alphabet, and the next alphabet is Pa or PA, represents the P sound, P, Pa, and it's hold on, okay, same. It's the same topic. The psalmist keeps a highest law, or okay, keeps the highest law. The one before that was love a highest law. Okay, the psalmist keeps the highest law or God's law. Verse 129 through verse 136.
Verse 129, Pa or P. Thy testimonies are wonderful, therefore doeth my soul keep them. The interest of thy words giveth life, it giveth understanding unto the simple. I open my mouth and fainted, for I long for thy commandments. Look thou upon me and be merciful unto me, as thou usest to do unto those that love thy name. Order my steps in thy word, and let not any iniquity have dominion over me. Deliver me from the oppression of man, so will I keep thy precepts. Make thy face to shine upon thy servant, and teach me thy statutes. Rivers of water run down my eyes, because they keep not thy law.
All right, so in that 130, verse 130, when it says, the interest of thy words giveth light, that's Yeshaya. Once again, that's like St. John chapter 1, verse 9, also in Genesis, when it speaks of that light. And it says, it says, and giveth understanding unto the simple. Because remember in Genesis, when it says darkness understood it not, couldn't comprehend that light, because, that's foolishness. This world, the knowledge of this world is foolish. But of course, the Most High, His wisdom is beyond the things of this world, and that's why it gives light to the simple. So even a simple person, the Most High can give them understanding beyond someone that's ignorant and that's following Satan. All right, order my steps in the Word. That's 133. We've heard songs about that. Order my steps in your Word. Deliver me from the oppression of a man, so I will keep thy precepts. That's 134. Once again, keeping the precepts. Now we're going to go to the next one, alphabet, is Tazadiah or Tazah. Tazadiah or Tazah. That's the sound of that. Tazah is Tazah. So basically, let me give a word. Tazadak. Tazadak means righteous or right. Tazadak. That'll be that spelling of that word right there. Tazadak. Tazadak. Okay, that's the Hebrew word tazadak, which is a highest law is true. Verse 137 through 144.
Tazada. Verse 137. Righteous art thou, O Lord, and upright are thy judgments. Thy testimonies thou hast commanded are righteous and very faithful. My zeal hath consumed me, because my enemies have forgotten thy word. Thy words is very pure. Therefore thy servant loveth it. I am small and despised, yet do not I forget thy precepts. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. Trouble and anguish have taken hold on me, yet thy commandments are my delight. The righteous of thy testimonies is everlasting. Give me understanding, and I shall live.
All right. So we know that, once again, yet I do not forget thy precepts. And then in 142, thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. Precept that with St. John chapter 4, verse 21, when Christ say, I am the way, the truth, and the life. There's nobody can come through the Father but through me. That means also when he says he's the truth, he is the law. The law is not done away with. It's in Christ now. Christ is the one who is the judge of the law, because he has the law. He is the law. Okay. So now we're going to go to the next alphabet, and the next alphabet is Kawap. Kawap, or Kwa. Kwa with a Q. It's a Q sound. It's not a K. It's Q. Kwa. The Q sound, and it's the topic is a cry for salvation. Verse 145 through 152.
Verse 145. Wow. I cry with my whole heart. Hear me, O Lord. I will keep thy statutes. I cry unto thee, save me, and I will keep thy testimony. I prevented the dawning of the morning, and cried, I hope in thy word. My eyes prevented the night watch, that I might meditate in thy word. Hear my voice according unto thy loving kindness, O Lord. Quicken me according to thy judgment. They draw nigh that follow after mischief. They are far from thy law. Thou art near, O Lord, and all thy commandments are true. Concerning thy testimonies I have known of old, that thou hast founded them forever.
Okay, that's a cry for salvation. Now we're going to go to the next one. And the next one is Rosh, or Ra. Rosh, or Ra, which is the R sound. And the topic is keeping a highest law in adversity. Verse 153 through 160.
How do you pronounce that again?
Rosh.
Okay.
R-A-S-H, Rosh. The E is always synonymous with the A. If you ever see an E in the Hebrew, it's actually an A sound, or A.
All right, verse 153, Rosh. Consider my affliction and deliver me, for I do not forget thy law. See my cause and deliver me, quicken me according to thy word. Salvation is far from the wicked, for they seek not thy statutes. Great are thy tender mercies, O Lord. Quicken me according to thy judgment. Many are my persecutors and my enemies, yet do I not decline from thy testimony. I beheld the transgressors and was grieved, because they kept not thy word. Consider how I love thy precepts. Quicken me, O Lord, according to thy loving kindness. Thy word is true from the beginning, and every one of thy righteous judgment endureth forever.
Okay, so once again, speaking on them precepts. All right, so we're going to go to the next alphabet. The next alphabet is Shan, or Shah. S-H-A, Shah. Shan, or Shah. Okay, and that is the topic of that is peace in keeping a highest law, or God's law. Verse 161 through 168.
Shah, verse 161. Princes have persecuted me without a cause, but my heart standeth in awe of thy word. I rejoice at thy word as one that findeth great spoil. I hate and abhor lying, but thy law do I love. 7 times a day do I praise thee, because of thy righteous judgment. Great peace have they which love thy law, and nothing shall offend them. Lord, I have hope for thy salvation, and done thy commandments. My soul hath kept thy testimonies, and I love them exceedingly. I have kept thy precepts and thy testimonies, for all my ways are before thee.
Okay, so now you got, once again, the precepts. That's all I'm going to speak on that is, matter of fact, in verse 164, it says, when he says, 7 times I pray, 7 times a day do I pray thee because of thy righteous judgment. If you look that up, that's 7 times. That's speaking of a week. That's talking about 7 days. He pray every day. That's basically what he's saying in a nutshell. From Sunday, which is what they call the first day of the week, all the way to Saturday. So what they're saying right there, if you look that up in the Strongs, when it says 7 times a day, it's not 7 times a day. It's actually a week. He's talking about each day, every day. Okay, so I want to point that out. All right, so now we're going to go to the last alphabet, for this, and it is Thawa or Tha. Thawa or Tha. Last. Tha. Ah is one. Ah is first. Tha is last. Just letting you know. Ah, ah, first. Tha, last. Okay, so Thawa, which is the THA Tha sound, and a prayer for understanding is a topic, and it's verse 169 through 176.
Verse 169. Let my cry come near before thee, O Lord. Give me understanding according to thy word. Let my supplication come before thee. Deliver me according to thy word. My lips shall utter praise when thou hast taught me thy statutes. My tongue shall speak of thy word, for all thy commandments are righteous. Let thine hand help me, for I have chosen thy precepts. I have longed for thy salvation, O Lord, and thy law is my delight. Let my soul live, and it shall praise thee, and let thy judgment help me. I have gone astray like a lost sheep. Seek thy servants, for I do not forget thy commandments.
Okay, so now we see, once again, it says, let thy hand keep me, for I have chosen thy precepts. So one thing about Psalms 119 is that if you want to build a lesson based off precepts or speaking of precepts, you definitely can go to 119 and begin to build about precepts. First starting with Isaiah chapter 28, when it says, through thy precepts get understanding, line upon line, here a little, there a little. When it speaks on that, then of course you can add this to that, and you can start building up to show the importance of precepts, and this is how you understand the Bible. And as long as the Most High give you the understanding to open your eyes, you will begin to see and understand it wholeheartedly. Okay, so now what this lesson basically was about, just going through chapter 119 in the book of Psalms, and showing that this is categorized through the alphabet of the Hebrew. Okay, just to show the importance of the Hebrew letters and the Hebrew words. Also, it tells you in the Apocrypha, and if I'm not mistaken, in Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, in the beginning of the chapter, it tells you that this is the strongest language is the Hebrew. And also, the original language that began was Hebrew. That's where the word Eber word, the name Eber is translated to the word Hebrew or Ibara. I might be saying it wrong, but Eber. And if you look at during Nimrod and the Tower of Babylon, you had Eber on the other side of the tower, and then you had Peleg, which was his son Peleg, which means to divide. So Eber means Hebrew, showing you that the original language was Hebrew. Okay, so everybody spoke Hebrew until the Tower of Babylon, when the Most High sent 70 angels to confuse, to change the languages, so they couldn't build the tower and get inside, or they could do anything they wanted to because of their imagination. Okay, that Satan was leading them to do. So basically, in a nutshell, that's what this lesson is basically about: is showing you the importance of keeping precepts, and also showing you a part of the Bible that actually showing you the Hebrew alphabet to show you that how important it is to understand the Hebrew, or just go to the Strong's Concordance, and this will help you with the translation to the English words that we're reading by knowing it in the Hebrew, or knowing the meaning of it from the Hebrew, so that you'll get greater understanding, and it'll broaden your understanding of each part of the Bible, and you'll be able to put it together to the point to where you'll become more efficient with understanding or speaking the word. Okay, so basically, in a nutshell, that's the lesson for today. It wasn't a long lesson. It was just one chapter, just to show you the Hebrew letters. And so, do anybody got any questions or comments based off this lesson, which is basically Psalms 119?
Yes, Deacon Aaron. I just want to ask, how long are you gonna have this lesson in the chat?
I mean, it'll be in there. When we get finished, I put it in. Put it in the chat. I just as long as I don't it don't fill up where I have to start deleting stuff. It'll just be there.
Okay, calm. Okay, well, great lesson.
Praise the higher. Do anybody else got any questions or comments based off Psalms 119?
Yeah, quick question, Deke. Let's see, where is it? I think verse 145, you said it's quap, right?
Just see where you
KO. Yeah, 145.
Okay, 145.
Yeah.
Yeah, see when you see the O sound, that O is translated to a W. It's a W.
Okay.
And that K right here is actually a Q sound. Qua.
Okay. Qua.
Hawa.
Okay.
Hawa.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And then what was the meaning of that again? I missed that one, sir.
Where at the same thing?
Yeah, like the you know how you have, like, for instance, you had Pa, it was keep the Most High's law, and what was under quap?
Oh, I don't have that co-op on me right now. I ain't gonna tell you like I know exactly right offhand. Cause my whole thing, that's a good question though. But basically my whole thing was just introducing the alphabet, just basic alphabet, everybody to hear the sound and everything like that. Now, yeah, of course we can go deeper into the intellectual part of the Hebrew and stuff like that. But you have to start at the beginning because it's a lot of you can get understanding though. It's not hard.
Yes, sir.
Hard.
Okay. And then one more question: when you see in Psalms here where David talks about Salah, is that part of the Hebrew alphabet too, or is that just an expression? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Where that's scripture? Salah, I think Salah means praise, but what is it?
I mean, it's all through the Psalms.
Just in general, Salah.
Yeah.
Let me look it up. Hold on.
Find example.
Salah in the Bible. That's how I do it right here. I look it up. I say Salah in the Bible. Say Salah in the Bible. Let's see here. That's the only thing. That's the easiest thing we can do is just look it up. No big deal. I'm trying to find a scripture with it.
Yeah, I'm looking too.
Okay, find a scripture. All we got to do is go to the Hebrew, as far as the Strong's Concordance, and then you'll definitely get your answer.
Okay.
Hey, I'm there. I got H5542. It says to lift up, to exalt. And then they got another, I guess, way that it's used as a technical musical term, probably showing accentuation or pause or interruption. But the first definition they have is to lift up or exalt.
Okay, like praise, like I was saying, praise.
Okay.
Right. I couldn't give you like he gave you the actual definition, but I know it meant praise, but I didn't know how addressed in the definition. He gave it to you right there.
Okay, got it. Water. Appreciate it.
Now you're on the bar. And that's what it's about. It's about understanding. It's about knowing how to find and do research to find different scriptures, knowing how to find different words so you can get a better understanding. And it makes the Bible more exciting, in a sense, when you do stuff like that. Do anybody else got any questions or comments based off the lesson? Now also, and I'm not going to do it now, but you never know, I might do it one of these lessons. but also the numbers are also the same as the letters. You have the numbers like Aleph, which is that actually represents like number 1. It go 1 through 10, and then after it go 1 through 9, and after it go 1 through 9 to 10, and then it go to 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. It go like that. It go up like that. But like I said, we'll one day we'll definitely go into that real hard. We'll hit real heavy and everything like that. But I was just, like I said, I was just showing you all that the Hebrew letters or the alphabet is directly in the Bible. Just so if somebody going and saying, what is these words right here? What is this? In 119, I see different words. This is the Hebrew alphabet. Okay? So basically, I'm just pointing it out for those that may not know. All right. Does anybody else got any questions or comments before we shut it down? Like I said, one thing you get out of this lesson right here is the importance of them precepts. The importance of them precepts. David definitely stressed them under each alphabet about keeping them precepts. But if no one got anything else, that was the lesson for today. Seeing these precepts, the importance of the precepts, and seeing the Hebrew alphabet is actually in the Bible. And it's in the book of Psalms, chapter 119. So you can actually see, what you see right here is the Yiddish Hebrew, which is the modern day Hebrew, but it's better to learn the modern Hebrew, but learn also the ancient Hebrew, because our people didn't speak Yiddish, and we didn't. And the Bible, those who wrote the Bible did not speak Yiddish, but they actually spoke the actual Hebrew language. So that's what we try to practice, is speaking the actual Hebrew language, as our forefathers did. So with that being said, I pray everyone have a blessed week, and continue to keep everyone in your prayers, your leadership, the members, and potential members and future members and past members. Keep everyone in your prayers. And I like to say to everyone, Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom.
Shalom.
Okay. I'm about to have a good day. No matter what they say. The sun is shining down on me. Birds are singing praise. I'm about to have a good day. In every single way. The God who made the universe knows me by my name, so it's a good day. Baby in my arms, walking through the neighborhood, living in the present, not what I shoulda or could. I remember back when I was low as a rug. Now I'm standing up, look at what my father does, turning all things new, gray skies blue. Hear the church saying, won't he do it? I know he's got my back. That's why I'm singing that. I'm about to have a good day. No matter what they say. The sun is shining down on me. Birds are singing praise. I'm about to have a good day. In every single way. The God who made the universe knows me by my name, so it's a good day. It's a good day, no, it's great. Everything I prayed for didn't come in late. I got all I need and I didn't have to wait. Ask me if you love me, you didn't hesitate. Turning all things new, gray skies blue. Hear the church saying, won't he do it? I know he's got my back. That's why I'm singing that. I'm about to have a good day. No matter what they say. Sun is shining down on me. Right. it's a good day.